fate decided.
Let's get this party started.
Craven something scary.
Hello, Sydney.
KillJoy Jake.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
Nightwatch Zone.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Get up!
The collective has spoken.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Good day to you all. Jake's dancing. All right. What's going on? Q&A Mondays, Jake. Good God.
Q&A Mondays. I'm vibing out, man. You got to have a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying, Knight?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we are here.
Hell yeah.
What's up to everyone in the live chat? Blanket hello. Let's see who we got going on in here. Wayne, what's going on? Good to see you. We got Tom in the chat as well. What's going on, Tom? Let me just pull up this comment saying, hey, what's up, guys? I have a feeling Sam may be our next Ghostface. The way 6 ended with her staring at the mask just gave off that vibe. Okay. I guess we're going to be hitting the ground running on this one.
Do it.
What do you guys think? Jake, I'll start with you. We'll go around. What do you think, man?
You know,
She's going to be Ghostface.
Dude, like I'm so on the fence about it because I think it would be awesome. You know, like we have Melissa Barrera in the new Radio Silence movie, which I'm assuming is like kind of a Dracula's daughter, new play on that. She's probably going to be a vampire, like, you know, literally Dracula's daughter biting into people's necks and all that. So, I mean, they're priming us for that. They're priming us for Melissa Barrera as this crazy killer kind of type, you know? So I wonder if that's the route we go in the next movie. She throws the mask to the side and litters in front of a bunch of cops. But don't worry about it. But it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. Like, does she go Ghostface? What does that mean at the end of that last film? You know, she throws it to the side. I almost wish she would have kept it. You know, like, and it would have been like that. That would have been maybe more mysterious. Maybe, I don't know. Is that less mysterious? Is that more mysterious? I'm okay with it. It all depends on how they do it. It all depends on how they execute it. It lends itself to a very different type of Scream movie if they go that route. So I hope it's executed well. If that does happen, I would be totally down for it though, personally.
Yeah. All right. How about you, Steven?
Yeah. So, you know, I was kind of always talking about her going to the dark side, you know, way back in 5 and I used to take a lot of heat for that, you know, because I thought that would have been cool, even in 6, you know. But I'll tell you a scenario that, and I will say this: my favorite kills of 5, or my favorite kill in 5, was Sam killing Richie. My favorite kill in 6 was Sam killing Bailey. Both of my favorite kills of these movies were non-Ghostface kills, both of them.
Right.
And
She wore the costume.
now the last one got to wear it, and was that not awesome? Seeing her in that
it was so cool, man.
Oh, dude, I'm like, so here's the scenario I'll give you guys to make it where it's more justified. Because I know you, especially Jake and Fate. You know, I remember a lot of our discussions for over the months. You guys were always on the position of like, you didn't want to see her go dark because of the whole mental health thing, and you guys were really against it because of that factor. And so I'm going to give you a way to do this where it has nothing to do with that. And what if, and we always talked about Jenna Ortega, her price tag's going up. You know, we don't know what that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So what if in Scream 7, the opening kill is Tara Carpenter? They only can afford to bring her on for the opening scene. She agrees to come back to be killed. Then Sam snaps, not because of her issues with Billy, out of revenge to avenge Tara's death. She turns a vigilante Ghostface killer herself, and she goes and kills to get revenge. That sends her over the edge. Because why? She's Hyper sister. She's Umbrella Helicopter sister. And they set it up perfectly. She moved to New York to protect her sister. Remember, that's the whole thing about it. Tasing crazy rape. Excuse me. Tasing crazy Frankie. Right? I remember in the frat house.
Yep.
And what would make her go over the edge more than to lose her sister after she's already trying to protect her so much, and she gets taken away from her? Bam. She can't deal with it anymore. Now she's a killer out of revenge. I would like to see that personally. I'm not saying I would write that, but I'm saying I would appreciate that. What do y'all think about that?
Yes.
That's a good way.
Go.
That would be a good way to do it, and kind of cut
Yeah.
it down both ways, down the middle both ways. I mean, we talked a little bit about that too, man. I mean, like, it could be the type of thing where it's like this whole idea of her on this righteous vengeance quest. You know what I mean? And then maybe, at some point, you could also say, well, maybe halfway through the movie or 2/3 through the movie, maybe she starts to really go a little bit beyond that, and then she looks into the abyss too long, because as they say, when you stare into the abyss starts staring back at you. I'd be down for that. It'd be very interesting. You'd have a lot of stuff for Melissa to do.
Yeah.
That would actually work out okay. What do you think, Fate?
Yeah, so in general, like, touching on, and then I'll touch on Craven's thing, is the story-wise, the mask thing, right? It comes down to, like, what do the writers interpret that as? Because you can interpret that two ways. One is that, just like the previous Ghostface, that was her leaving her calling card because that was the thing. They'd kill somebody and they leave the mask. So Sam did that, left the mask. The other thing is, like, her walking away, because that whole movie, Scream 6, was about Sam being this overbearing, overprotective sister, and Tara just wanting to live her life and be, without her. So that's kind of like what the solution was at the end. She's walking away. She chose her sister. She finally was able to let her sister go and trust her sister, and they're doing their thing. Melissa Barrera said she would love to have the story go that way, but she said that she thinks it's too predictable, so that she doesn't think that it'll happen. But hey, predictability sometimes is the best ability, because it's all about the execution, it's all about the writing, right? So don't mind that. If you look at the Scream films as a whole, right? Scream 5 was 96. Scream 7 was Scream 2. I know they're not exact, but same ideas. So Scream 3, are they really going to have some, like, long lost brother, sister come and return? No, probably not. So how do you do that? You have siblings face off. Sam snaps, loses it. In the last stream, I talked about, like, what if Sam, basically lost herself into Billy, and you had Skeet Ulrich come and basically play himself in 90% of the movie, and then at the end you realize, oh, it's Sam. You have like a My Bloody Valentine type thing. I think that could be cool. The only reason I don't want that to happen is, if you're going to do it, that's the end of this trilogy, right? Very likely. So if you were going to do it, it'd have to be at the end of, or if it's not a trilogy, whatever. If they were ever going to do that, it'd have to be at the end of this arc with Sam. Because then after that, where do you go from there? So you'd probably have to do a fresh start. My whole thing is that, obviously that mental health aspects, I've touched on that before. And I think it should be fair across the board, whatever. There's some great movies where the person with mental health ends up turning out to be the killer. So it's not solely that. It's just, it's a trope we've seen so many times. We've already seen it in the Scream franchise, not with the mental health aspect, but the final girl turn Ghostface. I like the idea of her teetering the line. I like the idea of her kind of like in that gray area where, maybe even in like Scream 7, maybe have a couple moments where it looks like maybe she was the one that did the killing or whatever. I think that could be something that would be pretty interesting. And I've even brought up the idea before, what if she gets caught up and, she didn't do it, but no one believes her because of all the stuff with that they established in Scream 6, where everyone thinks she was the killer, and Tara's the only one that believes her, or Tara, Chad, and Mindy are the only ones that believe her. So they're trying to work, race to the clock to go and find out who these killers are to save Sam. and they're kind of like Sam's like on the run or something like that, trying to like navigate these ghost faces. I think that would be just a better approach. Maybe have her in like a compromised position to where even the audience thinks like she had to do it. Like, there's no way she didn't do it. And, and it's kind of that the whole film. It's like, has she lost it? Has she not lost it? Like, what's going on? And then ultimately at the end, it's like, oh, it wasn't her. She was set up.
But I think just to go off of that real quick, because you're touching on something that I would love to see from this. Like, I don't necessarily want it to be like, oh, she just lost her mind. She just, snaps, I kind of I love the idea of the question of morality. You know what I mean? It's like, is she right to be going after all these other people and killing them? Or is she just as bad as any other ghost face? That's what I would want from that movie is that question. Put some thoughts in my brain. Let's go back and forth. Let's have an argument, a discussion about whether that was the right decision or not for this character. And, does she make it out alive if she's doing these things? How do we judge this character? Sorry, Knight, I didn't mean to steal the floor from you. I want to throw that in there.
Real quick too, to touch on Craven's thing, because is like I like the idea, but I want to expand it. So like you could have Tara be the opening scene kill, that's fine, and have Sam out for revenge, but I don't want her to lose herself. So I'd rather them go like, say that there's a cult of Ghostface. So there's like 8, 9, 10 of them, and Sam finds out about it, finds out that this cult killed Tara, and so she dresses up as Ghostface to infiltrate this cult and operate within them, and it's just picking them off one by one. And you could almost even have like a reverse like Scream film where like the Ghostface characters are the ones that are trying to figure out, so they're trying to kill Chad, Tara, well, they say they killed Tara, so they're trying to kill Chad, they're trying to kill Mindy, they're trying to kill whatever new characters are out there, and Sam has infiltrated this and is just running through all the Ghostface, and you just have these epic kills with Sam. Yeah. And it's like this, like almost like, like I said, a reverse Scream. Like you have the Ghostface that are now the prey, and but they're still trying to execute their plan and figure out who's the one that's involved. You could have this like intellectual complex story that makes sense and fits in, and then have the final showdown with like the cult leader and Sam.
Stu.
No, not Stu, but
there it is.
Josh Segura.
Danny. Dude, yeah, that would be a good way to kind of bring Danny back in. Is like, he actually is a big part of the cult.
How much better would it be if they're together, right? Like she finds out, she finds like they're together, they're in a relationship, she's infiltrating. Maybe Josh Segura is like, at her hip, like, I'm so sorry about Tara, but he knows, like maybe he was even the one that killed Tara. And you have this whole like conflict. You have Sam infiltrating this cult and like wiping them out, one at a time, picking them off, and just have that inner Billy. And then at the end, it's just like, she takes the mask off and Segura takes the mask off, and they're like, whoa, and you have this like crazy moment. I think that could be a cool like little climax, and he's like, and then he has his dialogue, she's, why did you kill my sister? He's like, I had to, type thing. Like, I needed you to lose your way to try. Maybe he was trying to get her to join him.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah, that would be
he was just
cool.
Trying to break her down.
Yeah, and get her to truly embrace her darkness and so forth and so forth. So it's not necessarily that he wants to kill her. He wants her to be a part of this. You know what I mean? That would be really cool as far as like the reveal and the motive. It'd be so different. I like that.
I like it too.
I love it.
Anyway, that was basically the gist. Like I said, I like Craven's inherent idea, but I'd want to expand it more because I don't want her run around killing innocent people. You know what I mean? So like if she became Ghostface, you would either have to kill innocent people, or she'd have to like, how do you get her body count up? So you the only way I see her getting her body count up is she's killing other Ghostface, trying to find out which is the one that killed Tara, right? And then you have the big climax at the end, because otherwise you're gonna have her having like she's gonna kill Chad, she's gonna kill Mindy, because she like I don't like that idea, Right. I'd rather her kind of be the the anti-hero type thing, the vigilante.
Well, the other thing too, though, is if they had her doing that, it totally destroys everything that's been built up to this point, and really, I mean, obviously, they could do it, but it just wouldn't make sense, story wise within these 3 films for it. Well, now I'm gonna kill you, Mindy. I'm gonna kill you, Chad. After all that we've been through, especially how things were built up in 6. You know what I mean? They become so close. Basically, they're family. So
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that.
Well, also one last little note, and then Knight, you can give your points. Is that'd be a great way to also have a really high kill count, because you could have the cult of Ghostface running through the characters that you're establishing, and then you'd have like Sam running through the Ghostface. So you could have like 8 or 9 Ghostface die, and like 8 or 9 characters die, and it's just this like bloodbath of a film, which would be a lot different than the last film. So you kind of raise the stakes, got a high body count, got a great story that we're all invested in. It's kind of this like, almost 2 stories in one, and I just think I think that'd be a cool way to kind of go about a Scream film. Add some creativity. But go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
No. I was pretty much finished with that. I definitely think that would be really, really cool. And I do think bringing Danny back like that would be more interesting, right? Like if he was to come back and he's still kind of playing the same role, I don't think that would be very interesting. You know what I mean? Like he's the most understanding boyfriend of all time. You don't want me to be here. That's okay. All right, I understand. You trust everyone except for me. Yeah, you should do that. Yeah, I still love you though. It's like, all right, come on, dude. Give me some more to work with here. Real quick, we got a couple super chats jumping in here. We got Lighting Ghost coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Lighting Ghost. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Saying, what do y'all think? The legend himself. What do y'all think of the Saw X logo? Man, it looks awesome. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. It looks awesome, and the fact that it's actually going to be called Saw X, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. It's just cool. It's cool. What do you guys think? Or have you guys seen it?
I haven't seen it. Where can I find it real quick?
I want to. When did they release this? Like CinemaCon, right?
Yeah, CinemaCon released it. They showed the logo and said that it's officially called Saw X.
Yes. It also looks like the old school Saw stuff. Like the last 2 movies have kind of had their own vibes to them. This looks like old school. What Saw used to look like. It's nice. I think it's showing us once again this is going to be a return to form, where the last 2 movies were a little more experimental. So I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to be cool.
Yeah. Same.
It's like the original. Reminds me of Saw 1, like the original look.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Get back to basics.
That's what you got to do.
Get back to the things that made the franchise successful.
Yeah, man. I mean, and the fact that we have Tobin Bell back, and I'm hoping we just have some really great scenes with him. Like in Saw 2, it's funny because in Saw 2, some of the things I enjoyed the most was just his conversations with Donnie Wahlberg. Just they were just talking. There wasn't even anything going. They were just talking. Like Tobin Bell is that dude. Like if he could be singing a Mickey Mouse song, and I want to watch it because he's just that captivating. Yeah, I'm just like, it is a wonderful world, isn't it? And so I hope they have a lot of that because he's just a legend. And I have a feeling that's kind of from what they've been teasing, talking about how John Kramer is integral, to the story, and it's working from him and so forth. I'm just like really excited about that. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Saw
it too, man.
Yes, right.
I was just gonna say that's maybe my favorite John Kramer performance. Like out of all the movies, I think in Saw 2 that's my absolute favorite.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was just magnificent in it. I mean, he had some great stuff in 3 as well, but of course he was, in the bed. So
yeah, right. It's kind of Laurie Strode in it in the third one a little bit.
That's true, God. Man. I didn't even think of it like that. You're right.
She's had 2 movies in a hospital bed. It's like
I know.
She has.
I know. Poor Laurie.
Even after she said she'd never do it, which is surprising.
Right. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's like I never said that.
What are you talking about?
Just do it. Come on, man. That was 45 years ago. Don't worry about it.
Okay, it's all good.
Jeez.
It's a new decade.
What? It's a new decade.
New hospital beds to rock, man. That's
Hey,
These
look,
ones
man,
are more comfortable.
You know
Yeah,
what's
right,
so
there you
funny
go.
though? You know what's so funny though? As a quick aside, because um, we were watching Halloween Kills. We were just on that kick, and the thing that kills me the most, no pun intended, is that Haddonfield Memorial is so busy in that movie. Like no hospital on the planet is that busy. And when you think about Halloween 2, no one was in that hospital except for Dr. Mixter and the nurses and
Yeah.
maybe like one patient. It's like
And it's supposed to be a small town.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's like they had to have done that on purpose. Like, man, we gotta populate this hospital a little bit this time, guys. You know?
Yeah.
We got to find a
Exactly.
balance between the Scream 5 hospital and the Halloween Kills hospital. We need to just like throw them together, mix them together, get a 50-50, and we'll be
Right?
perfect.
Oh my god.
Spice it up.
You're right, man. Because in Scream 5, man, where were the what's going on? These hospitals,
Nobody.
man.
Nobody.
Nobody's in the Scream 5 hospital.
Like if Tara had hit her nurse's button, there was nobody there. Like,
Right?
there's nobody picking up there's nobody coming to check on her, man. It's just like, hello,
To be fair, she was put on a private floor.
Right.
But
yeah.
dude, there's
Very
nobody at
It
the
wasn't like
desk.
she was on. It wasn't like she was at on the main floor. Maybe the main floor was super busy. I don't know. You know.
All I gotta tell you is there
I
was
love
nobody
that.
to answer her bell if she was ringing it. That's all I can tell you.
Holy
She's over
crap.
there like. Ghostface shows up in a nurse uniform.
She gets
like,
the answer machine when she hits the call bell. You know?
Seriously.
Sorry, we are not at the hospital. Please leave a message. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
You're unable
Alright,
to
man.
assist you in your death.
Right. Real quick too. Jeez. Gary came in with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Gary. We really
Thanks, Gary.
appreciate you so much. Saying Sam versus Ghostface cult. What?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
Big
That's
brain
really,
stuff.
really cool.
Big brain stuff. Well,
Yeah,
also
man.
Carrie said Sam Danny team up or whatever. I think it was shortly after that super chat. That would be kind of cool. Like you could do something like that. Or what if Danny's the aunt? Yeah, Sam teams up with Danny. There's a couple ways you could do that. One, what if Danny was involved in Scream 6? But he never killed anybody or anything like that. He fell in love with Sam and gave it up, right? But Sam finds out. And so what if his way of proving it is to go and take out all these Ghostface, right? Or the alternative, another idea would be what if he's a Mickey 2.0? Because thanks to Kirby, they established Ghostface all over the place. What if he was a Ghostface that killed a bunch of other people, got away with it? And Sam goes to infiltrate this lair, and he's like, "I'll team up with you. I'll put on the Ghostface costume," and he kind of plays it off as "Oh, we're in this together. I'm here for you," type thing. But really, he's just a psychotic killer, just like everyone else. And he just that's his way to kind of go about it without her suspicion. And they just kind of hey, here you go.
Yeah.
And they both work, and then that's her, because every Ghostface has an accomplice. So that's her accomplice. This is Danny. And he puts on the costume. He's this badass Ghostface because he's already been a Ghostface, and he's a Mickey-esque character. I think that could be pretty cool. I think that could be a way to go about it.
Or what if he was kind of in the background of the cult in Scream 6, and kind of what you were saying earlier, he had a change of heart, or maybe it was that type of thing where it's it was peer pressure, they were trying to get him involved and so forth. And so that's originally why he, had connections to Sam and tried to infiltrate her life and so forth. But he decided not to. He never killed anyone. He might have had some knowledge of some things, in the beginning of it anyways, but then the cult targets him, and he has to come clean with Sam, letting her know that he knew, that they were going to attack them and and all that type of stuff. And so then he has to, in other words, Josh will have some really good stuff to work with as an actor. And then the relationship with him and Sam, because then she truly, feels like she can't trust him. But then the cult is targeting them both. And so they have to work together. And so it's kind of like an uneasy alliance. That could be kind of interesting. And of course,
Kind of am I being set up? Am I not? But yeah.
Yes.
The only way out is through a box.
One of the coolest things.
This ain't a cult. This is a gang.
Yeah.
The gang
This
of
isn't a trap.
Ghostfaces.
This is a face-off.
Yeah, like, way out us through a box. Go ahead, Jason.
What I'm hyped about with that idea is like, what is going to be the struggle with the rest of the core four? You know, we've established in 6 that they're this group now, they're a unit, they protect each other. So obviously, like you were saying earlier, Night, like, you know, we're not going to see Sam going after the rest of the core 4 members. Like, I don't think that's the movie we would get. It would be Sam kind of doing the vigilante thing where she's going after the rest of Richie's cult, essentially, like that are out there, like just being nuts. So she'd be going after them. But what I would want to write into that is that maybe someone like Mindy finds out. You know what I mean? Like somehow she figured, like Mindy finally gets one right, figures it out, and it's Sam.
Yes.
It's like, it's a really tragic thing. And what if Sam has to start killing innocent people and her friends to cover up her identity and what she's doing? You know what I mean? Like, take her down a downward spiral. I just think, like, I don't want to do the same thing as what we did with Sydney Prescott. You know what I mean? She had her happy ending. Sydney's with her kids and family now. Maybe she comes back for another movie. Fingers crossed. That would be awesome. But I just think we can take Sam down a different path, and maybe a darker one too. You know, how much fun would that be? And then there's your excuse to bring Sydney Prescott into the equation again. What if Sam goes out of control? You know what I mean? She starts killing everybody to try to hide her identity, and then Sydney has to get in there. And what if the ending is literally Sam versus Sydney, like something crazy like that? I would be so into a movie. Like, I would love to start. I don't know if that was the premise of the next movie. I would be like, I don't know. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to see that movie. That sounds insane. Like,
I think that'd
finale,
have to be some. I think that'd have to be something like a Scream 8. So like Scream 7, you'd establish like, so let's say she does do the Ghostface cult route, right? She runs through all the killers and all that stuff, and in the process, she loses herself. Right?
Yeah.
She becomes obsessed. She loves killing all that stuff. So then Scream 8 could be her running through like normal people. So that way you have the progression. Because I just feel like if you go like her killing a couple of Ghostface and then all of a sudden she just starts killing all her friends, I think there needs to be a progression. And like almost like every time she kills somebody, it takes a piece of her, right? Like every time she kills a Ghostface, like she becomes darker and darker type thing. And then like in Scream 8, you have that set up. Maybe at the end of Scream 7, she accidentally kills like Mindy or Kirby or something like that.
I don't even think it should be an accident. I think Mindy, Chad, somebody find, you know, just any, or Kirby even too.
But I think like if you kill like, but I think like if she just snaps and kills them, like like you could have that and you could just keep going with that. But I think like if it's the accident is the one that like puts her over the edge, you know, like she's lost her way, like because I think like if you just, the way I look at it, like, so she's running through all these Ghostface, say Mindy shows up and, you know, is like, dude, what are you doing type thing, like yeah, she could kill her, but one, I mean, like, wouldn't Mindy be like, well, you saved all of us, you just killed all these Ghostface, right? Like, you know, like, thank you. Like if she was killing innocent people, I think it would be a little different. But like that's why I think like if you have like that, she's still like herself. Mindy like comes running out of like a curtain or something, and Sam just turns and just like gets her, and she's like dying.
A mistake.
And she just like, and that's the thing that like kind of just like now she's lost herself. Like I just think that would be a better transition. Personally.
I guess my question to that though is, do you think Mindy would be okay with Sam killing ghost faces? Like, let's say up until
she's been
this
okay
point,
with the last 4. The last 5.
Well,
you know, like
what do you mean? Like
I mean,
killing ghost
Sam
faces.
Okay. I'm like, because I'm like, dude, no, Sam's like, I mean, she's still going. Like, I'm imagining she's going after people like on Reddit who are talking about doing it. Like, I don't even know if she's going after real ghost faces. Maybe, you know, maybe once or twice. But I imagine she's killing a lot of people like Greg and Jason, like from Scream 6. You know, where they're like, maybe they're too pansy to do it, but they talk about it online, and she just still goes after them. And I don't know, maybe she's getting the information from Kirby. There's a lot of things you can write in to make that make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if she's killing innocent people, no, I don't think Mindy would be okay with it. But that's why I think.
But are they innocent though? That's where the question comes in. You know what I mean? Because it's like they're talking about doing it online, and Sam's going after them. So, but like, you know, there's the once again the morality question there. It's like it's a little vague. It's not so cut and dry as to what's going on there. So I feel like you could write in that Mindy would have a problem with that. You know, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't know.
I get your point. Go ahead.
Well, if Mindy gets to the point where she starts to look at Sam differently, that could be some really cool stuff for Jasmine. You know what I mean? Like if that happens, maybe 2/3 through the film, or something
Yeah.
like that. I
Right.
think that would be a nice arc for Jasmine, as an actress. I could kind of see that, especially if it's a fairly big body count. It's like after a while, it's kind of like, okay, we're becoming the thing that we've, always, hated. That type of thing, becoming the monster, so to speak. That could be interesting. That could really be interesting. And it could be some people in the cult that literally are killers, and some that are kind of like riding the fence, or maybe they're just, you always got those people that love to talk, and yeah, we should do this, but they've never done anything. But Sam
They're
still
down
kills
for the
them as
Kool-Aid.
well.
They're
They're
down,
down
for
with the Kool-Aid.
till it's time to drink it.
That's right.
Yes.
Till it's time to drink it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fate, no, you make a great point though. And it's like
Yeah.
it's that question that's going to be like, I don't know if I should be rooting for Sam or not. These are people maybe they're just, maybe they've lost their way or something. They're on Reddit saying a bunch of crazy shit, Who knows if these people are really going to do it or not.
Would you but here's the thing. So like, would it be a better story if, say, the same thing happened? Like, let's say Mindy figures out Sam. Mindy's kind of like doesn't know how to go about it. Like, I think you could almost make an argument that it would be better in Scream 8 if Mindy knows Sam's secret and you have that struggle dynamic throughout that film where like
And then
say,
save it.
yeah, like you know what I mean. So like instead,
I
of
get
her
what you're
dying,
saying.
like,
Yeah.
So maybe at the end of the movie, like Mindy figures out it's Sam, and is like, dude, like, what are you doing? You've lost yourself. And Sam has like a reasonable art. Like, look, these people were going to kill us. Like, these people were coming after. What's the difference between me doing this and killing Richie, or killing Bailey, or killing Quinn and all that stuff? Like, I'm doing the same thing. I'm protecting, and it kind of fits the story of Scream 6, where it's like, I'm protecting you guys. Like, don't you get it? Don't you see it? And Mindy's kind of like, she's right. Like, it is. And she has like that struggle morally, and she's the only one that knows the secret. Now you go into Scream 8, and it's like maybe a new Ghostface attack starts coming, and she doesn't know if it's Sam or not. And then maybe you can kind of even make it look like it was Sam.
Something. Yeah.
And Mindy's like, it's got to be Sam, and everyone's like, well, why? Like, why would Sam do this? And then maybe Mindy's like, because I caught her killing, like, and now you have this like
she has to
struggle
to it,
between the core four or something like that. And
now you're saying now you're saying in 7 we have a movie and it leads up to that, and then in 8 there's the resolution of that.
Like
is that what you're...
So essentially, Scream set. So at like the last like 20 minutes of Scream 7. So you have basically Sam as the vigilante, the anti-hero that's just running through all these Ghostface, killing all these Ghostface. Nobody knows it's her, right? They're all trying to survive this cult. They know it's a cult, but all these cult members keep dying. They don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. You have the big conclusion, the big climax. At the end of the climax, Mindy figures out it's Sam, goes to maybe wherever Sam's at and killing the last Ghostface, walks in on her killing these Ghostface, and then she like, you have that confrontation moment of like, like what are you doing? Like, this isn't like us. And and then Sam, she has a real argument. Like, what, like I'm protecting you guys. Like, they were going to kill you all. They were going to kill us. And I stopped that. And now Mindy has the struggle of like, but you killed a lot of people. Maybe she even kills an innocent person or two along the way. Right. And it's like, but
by mistake.
you act, but you, by mistake. And it's like, but you killed, you killed Jason, like, or you killed, or whatever, like some character, like, but you did this, like, and it's like, those were accidents, like, and it's like this fine line of like, and now Mindy has this struggle and has this secret she has to deal with that carries over into Scream 8.
Yeah, and what would be cool is at the end of 7, like, she's the only, like, Mindy's the one that figured it out, and like, let's say that there's the final death is like one of the cult members or whatever, and everyone's looking at it like Sam and Mindy and whoever else, it was in defense, they were attacked just like at the end of 5 and 6, but Sam obviously knows what she did, and so does Mindy. And then as it's like, panning out or whatever, Mindy gives that look over to Sam, kind of like, oh my God, what have we done? Blah, 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 blah. And that leads into 8. I would love that. And the other thing too is that Sam's viewpoint could be like, look, dog, we've been victims for 2 movies. It's time for us to not be victims. Let's take
it's time for the prey to become the predator.
Yes. I think that would be a really cool angle for a quote unquote final girl.
And I think that's
victims.
why. Yeah, well, and I think that's why it would make sense why Mindy wouldn't just go to the police with her, because Sam's argument is like, what's the difference between me, brutally slaughtering Richie? You were okay with that. What's wrong with me brutally slaughtering Bailey? Like, you were okay with that. It's the same thing. These people were going to hurt us. These people were going to kill us. They were going to kill you. They were going to kill your brother. They were going to kill me. They were going to kill Tara. I stopped them just like I stopped Bailey, just like I stopped Richie and Tara. And now you have Mindy, who's like, you know what? You're right. That is a good point. Like, and now she has this struggle of morality in Scream 8. She just looks at Sam different. And like, now you have like all the cult members are dead. A new Ghostface arises in Scream 8. And Mindy's like, I thought you killed them all. Maybe Sam's like, I thought I did. I guess there's somebody else out there. Time to pick up the knife. And Mindy just like, now Mindy has that struggle of like, what if it's her? Like, what if she just lost her way in these killings, right? And now you have this like struggle. I think that'd be a great kind of approach.
I think it would be really cool.
Call Vanderbilt now. Call them. Tell them to give us a script. We'll do this. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, we could fix it.
Get them on the
real
phone.
Good.
Get on the phone. We got this. Don't trip. Tell them to take the night off.
Right. Real quick too. Lisa's in the chat too, saying, "Hi everyone. It's been a rough week for me as I lost one of my good friends to a work-related accident." Oh, Lisa, I'm so sorry to hear that. Saying I've not been in a good headspace, hoping to get back to normal soon. Well, much love and prayers to you, Lisa.
Yeah,
all the love.
Hopefully we can help you get out of that headspace a little bit.
Definitely.
In a brighter light.
To hear that. Yes. And on a different note, Lighting Ghost came in with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Lighting Ghost, saying the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer got leaked, so be careful, you guys. Oh, okay. Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
It came up in my recommended videos on YouTube, and I didn't click on it. Like it looked so like a leaked trailer. You know what I mean? Like it had, like the thumbnail had like writing all over it. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like it had all this writing over it where it was just like, do not post this anywhere and stuff. And you could see like an image of like, I think Josh Hutcherson, I want to say, from the movie. I haven't watched it, but I saw the thumbnail and I'm like, okay, well, that's clearly leaked. Gonna skip that for now. We'll probably get it soon though, if that is really the trailer. So
most likely.
Yeah.
That usually accelerates the studios to move quickly when they starts happening. They usually drop it pretty quick.
That's a good point. Thank you for
that. I wonder how much of that is done deliberately.
I think sometimes it is done deliberately.
I think it is too, because I mean it's happened a lot. It's happened a lot lately. I mean, think of it, like Halloween Inn, Scream, Headley, like all the. I wonder how much of this stuff is like. I'm not saying all of it. Like I don't think like Scream 6's ending being spoiled and leaked. I don't think that was on purpose. But like these, like a trailer, I could see, because that's a great way to market and generate buzz.
Yep.
Is some music playing right now?
Yeah.
And
the stream is down.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I know. Like for that 2 seconds. Like,
so there's
you can blame the Carbonite Jedi for calling me on my cell phone right now for that. That's his ringtone.
Damn it, Michael.
Bad Boys for Life, man. That's his
Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for Life.
That's too cute, man.
You know what's funny is me and my cousin say that to each other all the time. We ride together, we die together, Bad Boys for Life. Like, because we've just been through so much together for our whole lives. But if Radio Silence, or if Paramount calls you right now, Guy Vanderbilt, all of them, writers call, say, hey, we want you to write the script. Are you dropping everything you're doing right now to do that? Like, they're like, hey, that's the only thing you can do.
Oh my God! Without a doubt.
Hey, look.
I need you to pump. But I'm saying, like, what if they're like, hey, we need the script in like a month, so you got to spend every day. Everything.
Yes. Listen,
Jake, YouTube is your job, so it might be easy for you. But like Night, are you taking like a month off of work to write this script?
Hold on, let me echo my friend there.
Yeah.
Night walks in like a boss, kicks the door in, and is like, "I quit."
Damn it,
dude! I'm not kidding.
Later,
like,
he comes back. He's like,
there are 3 people I'd have to call. There are 3 people I'd have to call right now if I got that offer, and then I would make an announcement saying I'm taking a month off of YouTube. Like that is the next thing I would do after getting that. Oh my god, that'd be awesome, man.
Jake will be like, "You guys can watch my past library of content for a month. See you later."
Enjoy.
Oh my god. Dude, that your response to that was classic. You're like, yeah.
Here's the other thing about that, though. Like, we are all like horror YouTubers who love like these franchises. You're telling me your audience wouldn't understand? Your audience would totally understand. Like, if you if you got a job like that,
you probably grow a bigger audience because they probably want to wait to find out all like the secrets and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that'd be a great way to monetize too, because then afterwards you could be like, you could make all kinds of videos about. I mean, obviously can't spoil anything, but you can make all kinds of videos about like, you know, like, hey, like this was my process. This is
right.
I was thinking, especially after the movie, like your audience would probably love it. Yeah. But no, I mean, think like, because I'm saying like, if you had to like just stop everything, you know, like going to work, you know, spending time with friends, family, like you had to just lock yourself in a room for a month to write a script. Like that's not the same thing as like, oh yeah, you have a year to write a script. Like if they just were like, hey, we need you, you know, because like I said, Night has a job, you know, he's got kids, he's got, you know, he's got his girl, all that stuff. Like same thing with me. Like I got family, I got family. You know, I got life, I got a million things going on right now, and it's just like, would I be able to just like stop all that for a month? I don't even know if I could, but I would really want to. Like, because I have like stuff.
Okay, you're telling me though, like if you got that offer, you wouldn't be able to talk to your wife and be like, hey, I need like a month. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, you'd be like, hey, honey, I'm gonna need a solid from you.
I'm not worried about that. Like my girl would completely. She'd be like, hey, congratulations, go do that thing. Like I'm not worried about that at all. Like if she was like, if I had to go to like an island.
If you had to go to Russia like Rocky and Rocky 4 in a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
She'd be like, hey, she's like, it's all good. I get it. I understand it. I have no worries about that. But I just think I was just thinking about like everything I got going on in my life. And I'm like, would I be able to just stop everything for a month? And I'm not even talking about the YouTube stuff. Like I could stop the YouTube stuff, but I got like a million things going on behind the scenes. And I'm like, could I just take like a month hiatus? I would want to, but would it be worth it is the thing. Because like, I'm just like, yeah, I have a couple nice projects going on. And I'm just like, if I stop that for a month, I might lose those. And that could be a lot of money. But you're writing a Scream movie.
All of a sudden you hear a knock on the door, and it's like the 3 of us that like start beating you up because like, don't you even have to think about it, do it.
I know, man. It's like it's once in a lifetime, dude.
I'll fly out there, man. I'll talk some sense into you.
Hey, look, all of a sudden, Fate's in a chair. He's tied up with a spotlight.
I'll help you, bro. I'll whatever you got to do. Listen. If one of y'all are writing the next Scream movie, I'll fly out. I will do your errands for you. I don't care. I just want to be around while that shit's going down. Like I don't care. I'll do whatever the fuck I have to just to be in the room while you're writing.
I'll do laundry on Tuesdays. Oh my god.
Oh man,
that'd be hilarious. Oh my gosh. How do you follow that up? All right, real quick. Just to jump back.
Like would you guys be the janitor on Scream 7?
Yes.
Yes,
like,
of course.
The toilets, the bathrooms, like all the messes, like just.
Hey, look, nobody said you had to do a good job.
Exactly.
What are they gonna do? Fire me?
Would you be Jamie Kennedy and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where he's like, I got your coffee, sir. It's a boogers in it. Like, you know, like, would you be that guy? Would you be Jamie Kennedy and Jay and Silent Bob, where you're just being abused by the director all film just to be on set?
Like,
yes.
I don't know how many people can say yes to that, but like I would go through it just to be on set for like one of my favorite franchises ever, just to be on set for the next movie. Yeah. Oh my God.
right.
If the director was like a piece of shit to me, I would still be like, yeah, sure. Like, okay, you're right. I'm a piece of shit. You're right.
Wait until I write my book.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're just giving me so much, man. You're giving me so much to write about.
That's right. Dude, be like Gale undercover. You got your little recorder there and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Raven,
God.
what about you? Would you be like, would you be willing to take abuse to be a on set Scream 6 or Scream 7?
Man. Yeah, I mean, to an extent, man. I'm the oldest of the collective, so I my perspective may be a little bit different, but I mean, I have my limitations, but it would be an opportunity where, look, it's even if it's like, being treated poorly or whatever, it's short term. At the end of the day, it's temporary. You'll get through it, and you get to experience all this stuff, see all the behind the scenes, hopefully get to meet cast members and get to kind of get acquainted with some folks, maybe some of the crew, and get some relationships formed. So it could be a nice trade-off, making it worth it. So I would go in with the intention of doing it, and if it turns out it was just too much, then you can always walk. But if it's not worth it, then you can leave. But I would certainly be. I would always be asking myself, what if I had tried it? I should have tried it. You got to at least try it, because you don't get those kind of opportunities, man.
Be abused.
That's right. That's right.
How bad could it be? No,
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean,
I would take it. Like, hey, you
gotta
can
try
you can say whatever you want, as long as you don't put your hands on me. Because if you put
Right.
your hands on me, you get beat up.
That's a different story. I mean, the truth of the matter is
You
they
see the
shouldn't get to
report,
that
Fate
level.
decided to beat up Christopher Landon. There's the news headline.
Dude, you'll be
I would
all
be-
set.
I would be
I would-
sad if he
that-
was a jerk. Christopher Landon
Yeah.
seems like the nicest guy.
know.
you
He does seem like a great guy.
He
But I'm
does.
just again, this is just hypothetical. But I'm just saying, like, if
Yeah.
you like, I'll be your bitch boy assistant for like 3 months or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, like,
as long as you
oh
don't
my
put
God.
your hands
I-
on me, like you good.
Like if you're
That
getting
happens,
paid
you
to
get
do
beat up.
it, you're on the set for one of your favorite movies. Yeah, if someone's kind of a jerk to me, whatever, man. I'll take the verbal abuse just for that. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Oh my God.
Jake goes home. Day number 36. Christopher Landon called me.
God, jeez. What the?
no.
Real quick,
He's
man.
just writing this biography. Writing in a journal. He's like, this
Oh
is great
my God.
material.
Yes.
Your next film that you make would be about an assistant to a director that snaps and kills everybody on set.
There you go. Yes. Yes. Derek was
All right,
saying,
let's
what do
get
you
back on
guys
track.
what do you guys think of Scream 6 winning on the MTV Movie Awards for Best Movie for the first time since '97 and won
Yep.
the best fight scene with Gale versus Ghostface's?
Mhm.
It was
love
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. It's great to see. It's great to see it getting some love, getting some shine.
Yeah.
Was Gale's fight scene versus Ghostface the best scene in that movie though?
Best fight scene.
Was
Yeah,
it?
best
but
fight
you
scene.
guys think it was the best
Probably
fight scene?
so.
Probably because
Probably.
yeah.
Because it was the longest fight scene,
Yeah.
for
I
sure.
mean, you had the call, you had the chase,
The frying
know,
pan.
the frying, the frying
right? And then
pan.
the bedroom, and then she came back for the round 2.
Yeah.
And
The phone call was gangster. When she's like,
It
"Can you hold
was.
for a second?" Like that was.
Yeah.
And he's like,
that was-
what?
Huh?
He's like,
Huh?
"What?
Yeah,
What?
huh?
Huh?
That was G.
That was awesome.
Smooth.
I
Smooth.
did really like that sequence. Here's my question though. Do you like the Annika death scene better though? Like that whole the ladder.
I think
all
that's
that?
I think that's up there. I
Yeah.
think that was more
Yeah, I think-
intense.
Yeah, I really did enjoy the Annika thing, man. That was just everything about that was just awesome because, because the core four is together, and I think one thing that was cool, and we talked a little bit about this, is that especially with Sam, she was smart, she was making good choices. She wanted to make good choices. She wanted to get the heck out of Dodge. She was like, oh,
Yep.
Ghostface is back. Let's go to Australia. Bye.
I mean,
that's
right,
and,
Knight.
and she couldn't get Tara to do it. So
Nope.
it was cool seeing her make good decisions and then also sticking together, don't split up, you know, they're in the apartment, so you think, okay, they should be safe, and then of course the attack happens, and then of course the ladder scene, and just I think it was a very well crafted sequence. You know, it was really really good, something different too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. A lot of
Here's
good
a
stuff.
question: How long did Jack have to sit in that closet? Because I thought about the because think about it, like, okay, there's probably a fire escape, right? So could he have came up the fire escape? Maybe, but they were all like just chilling in the living room and then in the dining room, and like they were all there. And so like when Quinn got attacked, like that means somebody, because they were already in the apartment. That was the whole point, right? Like somebody went and took all the knives out. Like it was all like pre-planned. So that means Ghostface must have just been chilling in the closet for like, you know, hours or days. It's just like low key.
Days.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, who was the bathtub guy? Because remember, we thought that was Jason. It's not.
It was
Jason.
the guy that she
was the boyfriend.
Screwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the guy.
That was the guy, the unseen dude. That
Yeah.
Quinn
Yeah,
was with.
unseen.
The one that she got the name wrong like 3 times.
Paul.
She was,
Yeah. Who's Paul?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you finally get to see him when he's just dead in the tub.
Yeah.
Right.
Finally get
No
a good look
glory.
at him.
And it's funny how we did think that was Tony. You know what I mean? It was funny
right.
because we really
in the
did think
trailer,
that they
yeah.
gave that away. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I even went so
Yeah.
far as to blur I put a big like emoji over his face on the video so it wouldn't
Right.
spoil it.
Yeah, we thought it was a huge spoiler.
They did.
Yeah.
They did a good.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
That was a good job on that.
Yep.
Poor guy. He was just trying to get some tail in college, and that's it.
Yep.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Poor guy. That's why.
How,
Man.
how could he have known the truth of Quinn?
If he
Hope
had
it was
just
worth
watched the movie Student Bodies, he would have known sex kills.
There you
Sex
go.
kills.
There you
At least he
go.
got it though. I mean, how many times do people like die when they're about to get it or trying to get it? At least he got it a couple times. you
In
know?
horror movies,
Oh,
that's true.
man.
You're right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, at least he can say, hey, you know, hopefully it was just worth it. Hopefully it wasn't like,
I thought you were gonna
Hopefully
say-
it was worth it.
it wasn't some trash.
Hey, I've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah, it's like I got to the mountaintop and this was trash, and now I gotta die. Like, damn. Hopefully, as he was dying, he was like, "This is worth it."
This is where that was his last thought. He's like, at least that was the last thing I did.
That was worth it.
Oh man. Real quick too, we had a couple comments here. This was from earlier. Derek was saying, theory time, Roman had a child with Jennifer in 3, or Stu has another nephew, and also Vince from Scream 5's brother. Either of these storylines could be a new character as Ghostface in 7, or it could be Danny. Or it could be
Or it
Danny.
could be Danny.
What do you guys think, man? Is there any way that we're gonna tie this thing back to Roman?
We do know that Roman slept with Jennifer, but how long ago
Yeah.
was that? You know,
Yeah,
because she
true.
says like, "Oh,
Good
remind me
point.
never to sleep with him again."
Right.
I don't think it could be Jennifer, because I mean we saw how she died in that movie. But I do think like Angelina, maybe he had a kid with Angelina prior or even after. Like we talked about that in the last live stream.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that very thing in the last live stream. So I think that could be a possibility. I don't know about Jennifer though. I mean, like I said, we do know that he was sleeping, but I mean, it's also Hollywood, so like
Mm-hmm.
he's probably slept with everybody.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't want like how many relatives does Stu have? Like, at this point, we got like 15 relatives. Like,
I don't know.
I mean, we still haven't seen Leslie Mocker.
No.
You know, so I
Right.
mean, they could do Leslie Mocker. But
Mhm.
outside of that, like if Vince has like another brother or something that like comes out of the way, like, I don't know. Also,
Poor
Vince is
Vince.
just such a throwaway character.
I
You what I mean?
know.
Like, I would hate. I mean, I don't want to say I'd hate it because who knows? Maybe it's a great story, but like I think if like Vince, like if Vince's brother just shows up, I think most people would be like, "Who?" Like, the guy that
Right.
died 10
Yeah.
seconds into Scream 5, like really? Like that's who the killer is? Like I don't think people would make that connection really. Like, and that was also a problem with Scream 3, right? Like Roman had to spend 10 minutes of the film explaining to you everything because it didn't make any sense. So like, yeah, like I want whatever they decide to do, I want it to make sense. Like I hope it's something that like throughout the course of the film, like Scream 6 was Scream 2, but better executed. Like I'm hoping if they do Scream, Scream 7 like Scream 3, I hope it's like that, just better executed. Because like they did a terrible job laying those breadcrumbs in Scream 3. Like, so yeah.
It could be Danny.
I love
like
that. It could be Danny.
That's
gonna
my
be the
take on
tagline. It could be Danny.
For Scream 7, it could be Danny.
Any,
He's not even
anything
in the
that
film.
happens,
It's like,
it could be Danny. Well, here's something I want to throw out to you guys, kind of piggybacking off of what Derek was saying here. So, who, if you were to take a bet, who do you think that 7 will tie back to from the past? If you had to pick, a character or a character or whatever, or if you think it's not going to tie back to anyone from the past, who would it be?
So just going off of that, I really think that if they go the Sam killer route, you're gonna have to. That goes back to Billy Loomis, like immediately. I mean that's full circle at that moment. We go from the very first Ghostface killer now to his daughter, who is our brand new Ghostface killer. You know what I mean? It's there's something kind of poetic about that I think is really interesting, and especially if she gets killed by Sidney Prescott as well. It's like holy shit, the full circle moments just keep coming. You know what I mean? It's
right.
It would be crazy to see something like that happen. I think in a new movie that's the connection that I would want, because you still have that connection to the past. It's just not as in your face as it has been in some of the other films. You know what I mean? It's stuff that we've already established in the past couple of movies that would be going down a new direction story wise, and I think that would be kind of fun.
How about you, Steven?
Well, I mean, I'm actually working on a video before this, and I'm halfway through editing it now. And there's a quote from William Sherrick, one of the producers of 5 and 6 with Project X, who says that any character from the past can return now, and basically, I mean, it's fair game. Anything's possible. So, you guys already know the people that I want. I want Stu back. I want Angelina back. I would love to see a Roman connection. We would have to be through an offspring, like we just were talking about, if they do that. But those are the big ones for me, honestly. That I've on the outer bands of the radar, I've always talked about Hank Loomis, which would be a neat connection, which is directly related, his grandfather. I thought that would be a really cool connection to Billy and Scream 1. He's still alive, C.W. Morgan, and I actually reached out to him, and I never heard back until last week. Weeks later, he responded back, and he said he's going to think about doing an interview. He said he'll let me know. So I'm trying to get Hank Loomis on the channel. But
Nice.
Stay tuned. But anyway, I would love to see him come back. It would just be a callback to the original. So those are the ones that are high on my list. And I know we touched last week. I believe it was on Jennifer. How it's possible, and with what Radio Silence and Guy and James have done, they've now opened up doors for some of these past characters now that we have presumed dead. They could revive again if they wanted to, with the bars that they've set, and the comment I just gave from William. So Jennifer was stabbed a couple times. Okay, and so I don't know. And again, that's more of a long reach. I don't really expect that, but I would be okay with that. And she expressed she wants to come back. So I don't know, man. I probably will cap it there for me. But the big ones is Stu in this order. It's Stu, Angelina, and then it would be Roman connection after that for me. So if we're going to go from the past, yeah.
All right. Fate.
I really don't think that they're going to connect to I mean, there might be some, but it'll probably be like Christina or something like that. I think this film, there's a lot of rumors about this film kind of being its own thing. I actually think they will. I really do. I don't think that there's going to be a ton of tie-ins, because again, how do you tie this in? Like at this point, like, and you already have so many tie-ins and connections and bloodlines and all this stuff. Like, how much more can you really add? And Scream 6, like, it didn't really tie in a ton. Like Scream 6, like outside of like the few obvious things, you know, and like the motive and stuff, like it didn't really tie in. Like it was just they were in New York, they were being. I mean, the motive was the tie-in. Like I could see them doing something like that again in Scream 7. Right? Like it wasn't like Scream 6 wasn't this like huge, like full circle, like major tie. Like Scream 2 had more tie-ins to 96 than this had to Scream 5. Or even the past films. So I really don't think they're going to. But if they were to do it, I think it will be like, because you have like 2-3 characters that have been established that we haven't even seen yet. So I think that those are the tie-ins. I don't think they'll bring anybody back, you know, or at least nobody of significance, like at least to be a main part of the story. I don't see them doing it at this point. I think they'll go fresh. But what about you, Nick?
But you think so? You're talking about Leslie and Christina?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if they go any full circle tie-ins, I think it'll be like Christina Carpenter, who they mentioned again in Scream 6, but we still have yet to see. I think Leslie Mocker is somebody that they could tie into, stuff like that. I think I don't think there's going to be. I think if anything, they'll make like how Jake said, Josh Segura will be like Vince's brother or something like, you know what I mean? Like they'll have like some full circle with characters that are already established. Like I don't think they're gonna bring back, you know, like Angelina or anybody like their Stu or anything like that. I think they'll do its own thing. They'll have some like connection to like Scream 5. Maybe Josh Segura, you know, whatever was the one that made the Reddit thread or something. And it's just like a subtle tie-in, right? And it's just like, oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, that's why I was wondering it, because 6 really did kind of, you know, kind of do its own thing. I mean, obviously the connection of Richie, but that was you know, pretty much as far as it went. So that's why I was wondering, you know, what they would do with 7, and other than doing something like Stu, I don't know what else they would do. I mean, I'd love Angelina. That'd be so much fun. But
Yeah.
I don't really see them doing that, you know, unless they do something weird where, you know, Angelina is Christina, or, you know, something that's kind of wacky. I think it'd be too wacky for them. You know, I mean, I'd love it just because it's Angelina, and you know, especially
The problem is it wouldn't
it's
make any sense. Like, it wouldn't make any
That's
sense
what
for
we were talking
Angelina.
about the
It wouldn't make
ages
any sense
before.
for Angelina to be Christina Carpenter. It literally it wouldn't make, like, the timeline doesn't add up, like
Right.
none of that. Like, you know, so what, she just left her kid for, like, no, like the whole point, like, and Sam, like they were together until Sam found the secret and she was already a teenager. So like even what was established in Scream 5 wouldn't make sense for Angelina to be like, I just don't see a scenario where Angelina is Christina Carpenter.
Yeah.
But they
I think
could
it'd be
make
just too wacky.
Christina Carpenter somebody. Like they could make Christina Carpenter a tie-in to Scream 96 because she was there. We know that.
She
Right?
was
We
there.
know that-
was right.
yeah, we know that she slept with Billy, right? Like, so
Right.
we know that. So I think if anything's going to be like a full circle, it's going to be with her. It's going to be something related to her, you know. Maybe even the dad. Maybe the dad. Oh, what's going on? Maybe the dad is like, because we don't know who the dad is. You know?
That's right.
And maybe he wants to kill Sam for destroying the family. You know, maybe he's disgusted. Maybe he's disgusted by her because she's Billy's son and, you know, what she represents. And, you know, he thought he had the perfect family. He thought he had, you know, his 2 daughters and his wife. And turns out, you know, that like, yeah, I know that might sound a little extreme, a little crazy, but that's the point, right? Like,
Right.
No motive.
It's not the first time we've seen crazy.
Yeah, no motive.
These characters could be Sam's victims too. Just saying, you know, Christina Carpenter, Leslie Mocker. What if Sam is going after these people now? You know, we were talking about how her definition of what of the kind of people she wants to kill, how that starts to get looser and looser, maybe as a film would go on if she was the killer. What if she goes after her own mom? You know, what if she goes after Leslie Mocker? What if she goes after a lot of these characters that have been name dropped? And maybe that's why they were name dropped, or maybe it was just for the little devices that they were used for in Scream 5. But who knows? You know, we could have that. We go down that route too. I just, to me, I feel like the first theory that comes to mind with where they're going to go next is it's going to be the mom character, because we haven't seen her yet. It's a little obvious, you know what I mean? I hope they don't go down that route, just because I feel like that's how you're going to make it similar to Roman from Scream 3. You know what I mean? That's the cop out ending, I think, personally.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, and Steven, did you want to talk about your special announcements?
I do. I just have a couple real quick, guys. I'm really excited about. First thing is, I know Carrie had mentioned it in the chat earlier. I know she's not here now, but thank you, Carrie. Anyway, so tonight I'm really honored to have a cast member from. There's a great thriller. It's a new release. It's on Prime. All the usual suspects. It's called You're Killing Me. And it's actually got Dermot Mulroney's in it. And Anne Hesh. Anne Hesh is, I believe, it's her last movie. And the main antagonist his actor's name is Bryce Anthony Heller. And tonight he will be on my channel for a 1-hour interview at 9:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 Eastern. That's the movie poster. If you guys haven't seen it, it's only an hour and a half. It's a great thriller. He plays a great bad guy in this movie. And when I watched it earlier last week, and I was just taken by his performance, and I said, man, I really want to meet him and talk to him about the performance he did in this role. So check it out. The character's name is Schroeder that he plays, and he is the congressman's son. Dermot Mulroney's the congressman, and let's just say things go really bad at a house party. And that's all I'm going to say. So check it out if you guys want to see a really good little independent film, and with great performances by all the cast members. But him in particular really grabbed me. So tonight at 9:30, come check it out. I'd love for you to support him coming on and giving up his time tonight to share his experiences filming the movie. And then finally, really quick, tomorrow night, back to back, at 7 p.m. tomorrow. I am so pumped, guys. I have the production designer for Scream 6 joining me on the stream. Michelle Laliberte will be on for 1 whole hour tomorrow night live to discuss everything about the movie, from designing, she designed all the stuff, the subway, everything. So we're going to talk about how the filmmaking process is for her, from the art and production design, and her process from reading the script and bringing all of those things to life visually and from the design perspective. And I've never spoken with a production designer of a major motion picture, so this is like a new territory for me as an interviewer, and I'm so excited. And I hope you guys will all come and enjoy the insight we're going to learn about Scream 6 that she's going to provide, that's very unique to her viewpoint, that we're not going to get from an actor or some other crew member, that everyone's going to bring their own set of lenses with them. So I'm very fortunate and blessed that she agreed to do this, guys, for 1 hour tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. The stream's up on my channel now to go hit and the notify me button. And I hope you'll all come. I'm pretty excited about it. So, and it all happened really quickly, like all came together.
Yeah, that is awesome, man.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I definitely would like to hear her insight on things, man. She did a hell of a job. She really, really did.
Yes.
And Val, thank you for putting the links in the live chat. The links for both interviews on Steven's channel are in the live chat. So definitely, guys, check it out. Hit the like button and get ready to hang out with these. Again, these folks that do these things, it's so gracious of them to do, to take their time to do that. And it also shows, their connection to the fan base. And I think that in and of itself is very, very cool. Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that one, man. I'm really cool. I'm really curious because Scream 6, I think, has some of the coolest set pieces, like from any of the movies.
It really did.
So I'm very excited to see what she has to say about it all. So
definitely, man. Come if you can make it, and come ask questions. I'll get as many to her as possible, man. For sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Very cool.
Sweet.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to get ready to wrap it up right there. So for you guys in the live chat, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We really, really appreciate it. You guys rock. A lot of great comments and so forth. And definitely leave us comments. Let us know some more of your thoughts. And these have been some really good theories for Scream 7. I'm serious, man. Like, no doubt. These are some really good ideas to make it something that can be fantastic. Who knows if the actual movie would be like this? Could be better. Who knows? You gotta hope. You gotta hope.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Jason and Mayan and all of you guys. And definitely, if you haven't hit the like button, please do that as well. It helps to support us, and we'd love you to the moon and back. And anyways, we will catch you guys next time. The collective has spoken. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Peace.